Hi, welcome to Fun by Videos. This is DC here. In this video series, you're going to learn how to create NFC applications using end-of messages. I'll be using a specific end-of message that has got only the URL. And this video will give you a practical knowledge on how to create a software or application like this. And this is the continuation of the previous video. In my last video, I discussed about the mirroring feature of the NFC tag based on the tag 213. Now I'm going to take this as an example throughout this video. So here I've got a model. I'm running a campaign, so where I've got posters with the NFC stickers, and there are 4 locations, and each locations have got a poster with NFC sticker, and each of these NFC stickers have got end-of message that points to my web server. Now this box called M, this is the mobile phone with NFC reader writer. So whenever the mobile phone taps this NFC stickers, the mobile phone sends the URL to my, or makes a request to my web server. So basically the mobile phone opens up a browser, and the browser sends the URL that is stored in my NFC tag, and the web server will look into the databases, and it will respond with some information from the database. Now in this example I've got 4 stickers, and each of these NFC stickers, they have a URL, and this URL has got the UID of these tags, and in the backend server these UIDs are stored in the database. And this server also has got an interface where a user or an admin can look into all the requests coming from different locations, and they can study how these the smart posters are working. So these are some of the requirements if you want to create your own software like this. So you need a web server or a web application. You need NFC tags with the URL message. You can use many URL encoding softwares like GoToTags or Tag Explorer. And you need a mobile phone with the NFC readers. And here, so I'm going to demonstrate a web server which has been built using ASP.NET MVC and the Web API concept. And this also uses a SQL database server. Now these are some of the sample URLs written in the end-of message. The domain name I'm using is called smart.farnetpy.in, and I have got different types of URL. The first is the simplest URL written in this NFC tags. It just points to a URL in the server, which is smart.farnetpy.in/nfc/a. So for these simple URLs, I have used the MeFair, the ultralight stickers. Ultralight doesn't have any mirroring features. The next one is I've got few tags that are based on tag 213, and this uses the mirroring feature of tag 213. The URL consists of the mirroring feature that automatically overlays the UID followed by the counter. Tag 213 has got a counter, and this is the general syntax of the URL. The domain name followed by some URL parameters. I have used SAM equals the UID, a separator, and the counter. So this I've explained in my video on tag 213 where I mentioned about how this mirroring feature works. The next type of URL is very similar to the first one, but it also has got the tamper message. And these tamper message, again, these are all automatically overlaid. This is part of the mirroring, but this tamper tag or tamper message is available only if you are using ntag 213tt. So this is the general syntax of the URL that is sent to the server. So all these URLs, they are based on the MVC, the controller logic. You can see if you are coming from the programming background, if you look at this URL, the name of the controller is NFC controller, and the method is, or action method is A. Similarly here, the name of the controller is NFC, and everything here is passed as a parameter. So first I'm going to demonstrate the working of this model, then after that I'm going to explain how to create a software like this. So I've connected the AS022 reader writer. I'm also running the GoToTags Windows application. GoToTags has a feature that can detect the NDEF message, and it also processes the message. If the NDEF message has a URL, it automatically opens up the browser with that URL. So I'm going to show you right from I've got few tags here, and the first I'm going to try the very simplest tag. In fact, in the later part of my video, I'm going to show you how to use a mobile phone. So the reason I use here is you can see the working of this model on a bigger screen. So I'm going to place a simple URL, and you can see here this is the URL I have encoded in this NFC tag, and this URL, when it is sent to my server, and this is what the server has returned, this is the response. So this is a kind of a identification of this this product or a poster. So these are the dummy records. It says this URL, it says it's a UID is this AAA, it's a demo product and some description. All this information, they're coming from the backend in a web server. So this is the counter, is how many times this URL has been sent to my server. If I tap this again, if you remember this, the counter is 28. If I tap this again, you get the counter 39. So these URLs are very simple, because the NFC tag I have used here is a MeFair Ultralight, which is the simplest tag you can have with no security, with no counters, and we just got a simple 48 bytes of EEPROM. I've got few more with this simple URLs. I got B. Now what's happening here is, again, the URL returned in this NFC tag is different. So this is going to the NFC controller, and B is the action method, and the web server has processed this URL, and this is returning the message. So I got few more here, which is called a C, and the other one is the D. Next I'm going to demonstrate the URL stored in ntag 213. Now if you see here, this URL consists of the UID of the tag followed by the counter, and in fact this is what you get by using the mirroring feature of ntag 213. So this is a very a powerful feature where you will know the UID of the tag that the user has scanned or user has tapped it. So you can identify, or if you think this UID is a primary key of a product, you can do the database operations and show some more information to the user. So what I've got here is, in my database I've got this record that says any message with this UID refers to the title called NFC Training Center. I've got some description, and this is the value of the counter, which is nothing but that's the URL. So I've got few more here. You can see this has got a different UID, and think this is an application where you're running a campaign. So you got the advert or posters in different locations, and you like to know how these posters have been viewed by the user. So next I got few tags with the tag tamper feature, and in fact these are the tags I've used when I made my first videos on NFC and tag 213TT. So this tag is already tampered, so the URL also carries the tamper message. Again, when this message is sent to the server can do all kinds of processing. Probably it can use the UID as a primary key of a record. So this is what the record consists of. So it shows some message so that when they tap this type of NFC tags, their mobile phone show this information. Probably this information can be your website home page, or it can be a product page, and you can put anything you want to show to the user. I got one tag which is not tampered. So here, because the tag is not tampered, the tamper message is sent as 000. So this is the working of this software. So basically what you just saw is, so you saw that there are so many NFC tags. As soon as the NFC tags are read or touched by the mobile phones, so your website opens more information about that URL. So this is the website I've been using. This is called smart.farnetpie.in. So this website is used by the students to try out some of this concept. And if you're interested to use this site, you can go to the register and you can put a name and email address, and you will get an account on this website. So because this website is meant for users to learn the concept and create a site like this on their own. So your registration will valid only for 2 months. After that your registration is no more valid. So the 2 months is more than enough for you to learn how this concept works. I have logged into this website, and these are the tags I have been using, and you got a nice screen. As soon as you log into this site, you can add your own products using this add product. You can put a UID, the title, location, and descriptions, and every time the site gets a request, it is going to do the database lookup. Say for example, I'm going to try out one of the poster tag here. So it says it ends with 1638. Let's identify this tag. Now this is the corresponding record. Look at that. The information what you see here is everything is coming from this database record. It's from here. And same time, when you here the log count is 8. If you refresh, now the log count becomes 9. So this is the screen which can be used to understand how these smart tags are working. So because assume that you're running a single campaign, you can study how this tags has been used by the user. So here the log count tells you how many people have viewed your advertisements. So you can do so many things once you understand this concept. So against each of these record, if you click on logs, so this shows you all the date and time these logs were created, and as you can see here, they're all created today. And here you can see all the log records that have reached the web server. And basically you're going to, when you register for this site, you're going to have a limited number of records here. So probably now you're allowed maybe 50 records, and you're allowed probably 100 logs each, and you also got the 2 months time learn this concept, and you can create a site like this on your own. So next I'm going to demonstrate how this system work with the mobile phone. You can see here I've got my Android phone which is connected to my PC. I'm also using this screen grabber called Droid Screen. Now this is a very interesting software. It shows the screen of the mobile on your computer screen, so it's easy for to demonstrate, and it is good to, this is a good software when you do the programming on your mobile phone. Now I'm going to tap the same tags again. So I'm going to start with the simple URL. So this is exactly what we saw using the GoToTag software as well. Now the mobile phone has opened this URL, and the backend server which we saw a moment ago has generated this message. So likewise, you can try. I'm going to try all the tags we just saw. You got these are the tags with simple URLs. I'm going to show one with using the end tag 213, the mirroring feature. So look at that. So any user tapping these type of NFC tags will immediately see on the screen more information about the poster, or if these stickers were attached to a product, you can show more information about the product. So there's so many things you can do with this with these ideas. So I'm going to show one with this one is with the TT tag. So you can see here this is the TT tag where you got UID and title, and also the tag tamper message. So all these things you can do without programming at all. The only thing you might have to do is you have to have a nice software that can encode the end of message on this brand new tags. There are two apps in the Google Play which is of interest if you want to know more about NFC and end of tags, and both these apps are created by the NXP. The first app is called as a tag info. So using this you can read what is in the tag, and I use this most often to find what type of tag it is. So I'm going to use one of my demo tags here. So I'm going to tap it. So you can see what the tag info is doing. So the tag info says it has detected a tag of type ntag 215. In fact, I'm using ntag 215. Now this is very similar to ntag 213 but with the more memory. It also says this tag is of type NFC forum type 2, and if I click on this NF tab here, I'm going to do that here. You can see it has got, there's so many information here, so it's all information relates to the NF messages. It says there is one NF record and it uses 51 bytes, and the maximum message says 492, and the tag is both read and write, and it can be read only, and this is the NF record. The record is type U. It has got a protocol, HTTP, the URL, and it also says, because the tag is already set to mirror, anytime this tag is read, it will always return the mirror data, and this is the raw data which you can use. So you can see the content of the entire memory here. So there's so much information in this tag, and the good thing about this app is this is a free app, so you can try to get some more information here. Plus you can do a full scan. This is the raw, the memory map. If you want to know the raw bytes, you can see on this full scan tab. So I'm going to make one video after this. So I'm going to explain how to encode the type 2 tags. And the one more app which is of interest is called a tag writer, and this is also from NXP. Using this app you can create the NDEF messages. If you got a brand new tag, you can erase, you can write a tag, write the NDEF message, and you can read it, and you can also make the tags read only. So this is a very simple to use app. So in this demonstration I have not used this app because using this app you cannot enable the mirroring feature. So you can do that using the one more program I mentioned about called a Tag Explorer. That's also and that Tag Explorer is also from NXP. So I use this app often to create sample NDEF messages. So that's all I got in this video. Thanks for watching. In my next video I'm going to show you how to create the NFC forum type 2 tags and write the NDEF message with URL. Thanks for watching.